Good morning to one and all. Already we have started with lesson number 7, soils in geography. In the previous video of geography lesson number 7, we have studied about factors necessary for soil formation, in which we studied parent rock, regional climate, biotic material and time required for soil formation. Now we are going to continue with the next part of this lesson. So children, take page number 40 in your textbook and be attentive towards the explanation. So let's start. Geographical explanation. An important component of the living world on the earth is plants. So, the important component or the factor of the living world on the earth is plants. As we know, our life is dependent on the plants. Whatever food grains we are getting, we get them through plants. For the production of the growth of plants, soil is indispensable. So, for the production and the growth of plants, soil is indispensable. It is inseparable. Indispensable means inseparable. If the soil is not there, plants will not grow. If the plants will not grow, the herbivorous animals will not be able to get their food. Even we human beings, as we are omnivorous, we are dependent on vegetable, that is plants and animals. So we will not be able to get food grain on food crops. The carnivorous animals which are dependent on the other small animals, they will not get animals to eat. So accordingly, the entire circle of the living organism will get disturbed if the plants are not grown. In your lower standard, you must have studied the food pyramid, in which the base is plants. So we know that plants are very important, and in order that plants should grow, soil is also very important. They provide support to plants. So as we know, soil is providing support to plants. Plants grow in soil. The roots of the plant, they are getting deeper into the soil, and thus they are getting the support to grow. Vegetation is abundant in the regions that have fertile soil. So as we know, the vegetation, the area where there is fertile soil, there the vegetation, the crops are growing on the larger quantity. For example, the equatorial region, the areas, previous lesson, we have studied about the different regions, in which you have studied about the equatorial region. So in this equatorial region, the plants are found on the large quantity. However, in the areas where the soils are not fertile, vegetation is scanty. Scanty means less. It is not on the larger quantity. So wherever there is a fertile soil is not available, the vegetation is scanty. Example, in deserts. And where there is a shortage of soil, vegetation is not seen. Example, in the polar areas. So as we know, in the polar region, in the cold climatic zone, the soil is not available, or it is not easily available, as we know that it is mostly covered with the snow, and thus the vegetation is not seen, because the soil is only not seen, and thus the vegetation is also not seen in the polar areas. Though favorable climate, availability of abundant water and sunlight are necessary for the growth of a plant, these alone are not sufficient. fertile soil favor plant growth. So what they had given here, though favorable climate, even if the climate is favorable, availability of the abundant water, lots of water is available, sunlight is also available, but this is not enough for the plants to grow. What is required? That is, fertile soil is very important for any plant to grow. See children, on this page number 40, there is one activity which is given. You can do this activity at home and you can understand what is the importance of soil. Okay, so you have to do this activity at home, and afterwards when the school start, you are going to tell me which plant you had grown. You are going to show that plant. You will bring that plant in school. So see here what they had given. Take 3 flower pots of the same size. So flower pot, it will not be easy for you all to carry. So you can take some 3 small vessels, or maybe you can say as some dabbas, plastic, anything you can take, in which you have to perform this activity, and you will observe what happens and how the soil is important in our day-to-day life. Okay, so let's see. When man realized that sowing of the seeds in the soil leads to the growth of plants and yields crops, he started using soil as a resource. So when human being in the ancient time period, in the Stone Age man, when they realized, they understood that sowing of the seeds, when you put the seeds in the soil, it leads to the growth of the plant. So it helps in growing the plants. That seed which you put in the soil, it turns into a plant, and later on when it grows, it gives us the crop. So either it can be a rice crop, it can be a wheat, jawar, bajra, anything, or even it can be a fruit plants, fruit trees. Okay. So all these plants, when they grow, they give us the crop, or they give us the fruits. He started using soil as a resource, and thus human being, they started using soil as a resource. Gradually, he realized that the fertile soil along the river beds give higher yields. Later on, human beings, as they were in the Stone Age time period, they started cultivating the crop, but they were not knowing about fertile soil and all such things. So slowly, what they did, they started cultivating the land which was near the river bed. Why? Because there they were able to get water easily available. Next to the river bed, it was easy for them to get the water for the plants. So they started cultivating the land near the river bed, and later on they realized, they came to know that the land which is near the river bed is more fertile than the land in the other areas. Okay, so gradually, that is slowly, he realized that the fertile soils along the river bed gives higher yields. So he came to know that there the land is fertile, and thus it gives more production. Hence, he settled in the valleys and started living there in groups. And thus what they did, human beings, they started settling near the valley, near the seabed, and they started living in group. This led to the rise of ancient river valley civilization. So thus, because of they started living in the group and they started living near the river valley, it gave idea, or it gave the rise of ancient river valley civilization. Example, the Indus civilization. So as we know, we had studied in history about the Indus civilization. It was because of the people, they understood that the land near the river is more fertile and it is useful for the cultivation. So thus they started living near the Indus Valley, and thus the settlement was known as Indus civilization. For the growing population, man started producing greater amount of food crops. So now when they were growing the food grains or the food crops, as the population was growing, the need for the food crops was increasing, and thus human beings started growing the food crops. He realized that the crops production and prosperity in the agriculture mainly depends on the fertility of the soil and the optimum availability of water. So later on, the Stone Age man, they realized that the crop production and the prosperity in agriculture, prosperity means to become more advanced, or in order to grow more and more agriculture, to carry on with the more and more agricultural activity, it is dependent on the fertility of the soil. If the soil is fertile, then the crops will grow on the larger quantity. We will get more food crops. We will get more fruit out of the agricultural activity. And of course, the availability of the water is also very important. So, hence there emerged competition among the people to discover fertile land and settle there. So what happened when people, they came to know that fertile soil and water is very important for the cultivation. So that time what happened, there was a competition among the people. They started settling near the river valley in order to find out where the fertile land is. Later, for getting richer harvest, he made efforts to increase the fertility of soil. So later on, in order to get richer harvest, in order to get more and more food crops or more and more food grain, he made efforts to increase the fertility of the soil. So as if the land was not fertile, what did man do? Later on, they started making use of chemical fertilizers to increase the fertility of the soil. In the process, use of different fertilizers became a practice. So in order to increase the fertility of the soil, the use of different fertilizers became a practice. So it became common in the farmers. In order to get more crops, they started using fertilizers, which led to the record agricultural production. So which started the record of the agricultural production. Food crops, fruits and flowers are produced according to the type of soil. So the food crops, see, now here you will get the example. There are many more examples, as you know. Just a simple example I am giving you all. Food crops and fruits and flowers are produced according to the type of soils. Now see, for example, the type of soil and the climate is very important for any crop to grow. There are certain crops which grow easily in the northern part of India, in the southern part of India, but they does not grow in Maharashtra. For example, tea or coffee production. Yes, of course, it requires cold climate which is there in the northern part, in the northeastern part and the southern part of India. So the climate and the soil is very important for the growth of certain types of food crops, fruits and flowers. Food crops like jawar and bajra are produced in the rigor soils of Maharashtra Plateau, while soils in Konkan, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka region produce rice. So as I had told you all that jawar and bajra, they are produced in the rigor soils of Maharashtra Plateau, whereas in the Konkan, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka region, the soil which is available is more suitable for the production or the cultivation of rice, and thus rice is grown in this part of India. In Madhya Pradesh, potato is cultivated in the regions where the soils are well drained. Yes, so Madhya Pradesh, the soil which is present in Madhya Pradesh is much more suitable for the cultivation of potato. The local agricultural produce determines the staple diet of the people. So the local agricultural produce. Now, what is local agricultural produce? The places like Konkan, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, as more rice is grown in this region, we know that the people of whom we say as South Indian, their staple diet is rice. So mostly they are making use of rice in their diet. That is, they use rice, or maybe they use idli, or there is dosa. So all these things are prepared of rice, right? So whichever crop is grown in that particular region, the staple diet, the regular diet of those people living in that region becomes their staple diet. The regions where soil are not arable means fertile or usable, need to fulfill their food requirement through import. So the regions, for example, they had given here the names. The regions where the soils are not arable, so the soil is, maybe it is a desert region or it is not cultivable, fertile land. So in that area, the food crops are not grown easily, and thus the people in this region, they need to depend on the food crops which will be brought to them from other country or from other region. So the region where the soils are not arable need to fulfill their food requirement through import. For example, countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, etc. So these countries, their soil, it is desert region, or the soil is not fertile, and because of which they are not able to cultivate any type of crop, and thus they have to be dependent on other countries for their requirement of food. Fulfill their requirement by importing food from China, India and the USA. So thus they are fulfilling their requirement of food from the other countries like China, India and USA. The regions where soils are fertile can be self-reliant. So the regions where the soil is fertile, it is self-reliant. Reliant is self-dependent. They don't have to depend on anyone for the need of food. As far as the food production is concerned, hence, human settlements get concentrated in such areas, and thus what happen? Wherever there is availability of food crops, or wherever there is food available easily, human settlements, people settle in that area on the larger quantity. Agro-based industries flourish in these areas at a later date. So later on, the industries which are dependent on the agricultural activity, like for example, sugar factory is dependent on the cultivation of sugarcane. Cotton factory is dependent on the cultivation of cotton plant. So these factories are known as agro-based industries. So wherever there is a growth or wherever there is a cultivation of these plants, the industries or the factories which are agro-based, they start flourishing or they start developing in the areas where the crops are grown. For example, sugar factories develop in the sugarcane producing areas. So as I said, the sugar factories, they are mostly found in the areas where there is sugarcane production. Fruit processing industries develop in the areas of fruit production. So wherever the things which are made up of fruits like jam, your jelly or maybe fruit juice, all these factories are developed more in the areas where there is a plantation of fruits. These regions later show the signs of development. So as the industries are developed in these areas, later on the people in that area get job, and slowly these regions start developing, or they show the sign of development. So I hope you have understood what is the importance of soil, which has been explained in this lesson. Now we are just going to see the map which is shown here. They had given make friends with map. On your page number 41, they had given here a map which is Maharashtra types of overall distribution of soil. You can see there is an index given here. There are different types of soil: coarse soil, black soil, laterite soil, alluvial soil, yellow brown soil. So please see that you all go through this map, try to understand in which region which type of soil is there available, because the next part of this lesson which we are going to study, that will be the different types of soil. Okay, so for that you should know very well in which part of Maharashtra which type of soil is available. So today we will stop here. The remaining part of the lesson we will continue in our next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.